In this video, I'm going to share with you some advanced driving tips that's going to help take your driving to the next level. And of course, it's going to help you to pass your driving test. I think you'll see by the end of this video that planning ahead and thinking ahead is absolutely crucial. If you would like to learn more about driving, then hit that subscribe button and the bell notification where you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. You can support me here on YouTube by making a voluntary donation by PayPal. Links will be in the description, and thank you very much for your support. I'm also hoping to go live every Saturday, so this Saturday I hope to be live streaming at 3 o'clock, so check that out if you would like to ask me any questions or find out more information about the test. So let's get back to this video on advanced driving tips. I'm going to be playing a few clips now, and I'll be speaking over the clips as well, offering tips and advice. So here goes. So let's have a look at this crossroads here. I was filming this a few weeks ago. Now you're going to notice as it plays along here, you're going to notice a red car will come from the left here. So you'll see that coming there now. Now, once the red car clears off, just hold there for a sec. Just look at the wall there, just behind that blue van, okay? Because you're going to see something here that could give you a clue if you're waiting. See that there now? Just that shadow there, okay? So you'll see there's a shadow on the wall there. So very often you'll see a shadow before the actual person comes along. And there's the person now, as you can see, he's looking over his shoulder. So if you're at a junction and you're blinded by something, or maybe there's a lot of parked cars, you know, noticing things like this, noticing shadows like that might give you a clue that there's a pedestrian about to emerge. So the pedestrian is there anyway, and he walks across. Now it's no big deal, like the pedestrian kind of, you know, he stays on the footpath, he doesn't do anything unusual, but still it's good to be aware of these things. Now you've noticed my car's come down there as well, so I'm going to bring it back up there now a second. So We've dealt with the pedestrian now. Let's try and focus on my car now. I'm just going to bring it back, and now we can see now that the red car is just clearing the junction. Now just as the red car clears the junction, just watch out for a bit of reflections along these windows here and all along here, because you're going to see the reflection of my car in the windows before you actually see the car. So it's good to be aware of these reflections, because let's say, for example, you're at a blind junction. Now this is a blind junction. You can see the big wall here, like right on the corner. I mean, it's a notorious junction in Wexford. It's very blind. I always advise people to creep out, edge out here. Don't just rush out or barge out. You could end up pulling out in front of somebody. So being careful here and watching out for the reflections in the windows along here can help. Now, I know it does depend on the angle. Sometimes you might see the car before you see the reflection in the window. It just depends on the road and what angle they're at. So we played along here. You'll see that my car there, you can see the reflections all along there in the windows right down. And then the car emerges then. You can see it in the window of the pharmacy here as well. But you may be able to see it further up on the house windows as well. So that can kind of help you hopefully at blind junctions to plan ahead and to think ahead, because you want to use every skill you can there to creep out and avoid barging out. So here I'm driving down that same street. I'm coming down now from the direction in which you saw my car a few moments ago. So I'm just coming down here. You can see there's a car there, just hold it there. There's a car you know, about to pull out there. I think it's a Mazda car about to pull out and turn left. He's coming up my way. And it's the same crossroads we saw a few moments ago. You can see the pharmacy is on the right there. It's a tricky little corner, very blind. But what I want you to do is I want you to watch as the Mazda car here, as the Mazda car passes my right side mirror, just watch what I do with my head, okay? Watch my head now just after he passes. There, did you see that? What I did there was I gave a little glance in the window of the pharmacy, because I know from my own experience doing this, if I give a little glance in that window there, I may be able to see reflections of people or parked cars or cyclists just across the road. So let's go back there again and watch me doing that little subtle glance in the pharmacy window here now. So here we are. So the Mazda's coming up now. Just there, okay? Just give a quick little glance very quick, very brief, because you don't want to be looking too long. You don't want to be staring the one way too long. But it was just a quick little glance just to see if I could catch a glimpse of any potential danger or potential hazard on the left, because that's where I'm going anyway. As you'll see here, I'm looking, but I'm turning left, as you can see there. Okay, so as I said, it's all about giving yourself every opportunity and giving yourself every chance to plan ahead and to think ahead. Now here's that same pharmacy again. I'm just across the road here. I'm standing filming across the road, but it'll be a similar kind of view that I'd have when I glanced to the right with the Mazda car a few moments ago. So this is what you could see if there was something across the road. So there's a gentleman walking down there, and you'll notice there's a white van as well, kind of in the way. But it's what's behind the white van, sorry, is what's going to be significant. So I'll just play it along there, okay? So your man is walking down, the white van goes. Now I'll just hold it there for a sec. Now you can see there's a silver car there, just in the pharmacy window. There's a silver car there coming out. So by being aware of that window, the fact that you have a nice glass window there, literally across from the crossroads for the direction I'm going left, it's good to be aware of that, just in case there's some danger there, or there's a load of children or whatever like that there. So if we play it on anyway, as a red car comes up there now, and the silver car is just gone from the view of the window, but he's going straight. So you're going to see now the silver car comes into view when I pan the camera to the left, and there he goes. So as I said, it's all about planning ahead and using whatever you can to make difficult junctions that bit more manageable. And here we are again, the same window as I was doing before. I'm standing in the same place as before. So just look at the window now. Just kind of to the right. You see where you see prescriptions, medical card, private, kind of the left pane. So just look to the right of that. You'll see the outline of a person here now. I'm going to play it through here now. So there's one person walking on the path. There's a second person, so two people. So there's two people here now, and you see these two geniuses? Off they go, crossing the road. Just hold there now. Crossing the road very casually. Pedestrians do that. Wouldn't be the brightest sparks on the old bonfire, generally speaking, and they can just cross the road in a cavalier way. So if I'm coming down that hill and I'm giving a little glance to the right there, just in the window, I could get an idea there that there are pedestrians here who are not necessarily using all of their brain cells, and they're kind of crossing the road in a slightly casual way. So it's just for their safety and for my safety to be aware that there is potential danger around the corner. So the pedestrians are there anyway, and they come up along. There's a car coming down there who has to kind of avoid them, and the pedestrians kind of weave around the car, and then there they go then. So they're okay then, and they've crossed the crossroads. So as I said, it's just about using whatever skills you can, educating yourself, being aware that pedestrians are liable to do things like that, and while there was, generally speaking, there shouldn't be any problem or shouldn't be any danger, it's always good to be prepared. So getting back to looking for kind of reflections and shines and shadows in cars, let's look at this. I'm at that same crossroads again. It's a one-way street here on the left. Cars potentially can come up. So I'd like you just to look at the kind of the back wheel arch of this 08 Opel. Just on the back wheel arch and along the back door of the car, you're going to see the kind of the lights of another car coming up, which could act as a really useful clue. As I was saying to you a couple of moments ago, this is a blind junction. You may have to creep out if it's a bad day, if it's raining and windy and you don't have your windows open. Looking out for the kind of reflections in doors, windows and other cars can be a useful clue to kind of let you know, kind of educate you, is there anything coming up. So look at the back wheel arch and the back along just below the back door handle here as this goes through here now. So you can see there, okay, you can see there's a kind of a reflection of a car there coming up, okay. So that's obviously a clue that a car, you don't see the car but you see the reflection. So this is the whole point. You might see the reflection of the car a second or 2 seconds before you see the car, and it could be that split second of being aware of something. That split second earlier could make all the difference. So if we play it on there now, you can see it a couple of seconds and there it is, a silver car coming up. there. So, you know, those couple of seconds of being aware could make all the difference. It's the same here. I'm just at a little slight bit of a different angle here, just to give you, just to illustrate it from a slightly different angle. So again, it's the same junction, it's the same car. Again, watch the back of the car. You can see actually already here the benefit of when a car has its lights on. That's why you should always drive with your dipped headlights on, because you're more visible and you can be seen better by others. So again, watch the back of the car just like before, and you're going to hopefully see the reflection of the moving car a couple of seconds before you see the actual car. So here goes. There you go. So you can see there it's a BMW coming up there. So being aware of this can help you at tricky junctions where you have to creep out, and if it's blind, it's particularly useful, for example, at junctions like this. From the other side of that same junction now, just watch the window here. You see this window here, just where this looks like there's a green window box or green bushes here. Just watch the little area above that green plant for a clue that there's a car coming up. So you saw that flash of light there? That was your clue, and if we play it on there now, you'll see that it's a red car coming up. So again, as I was saying, very useful at blind, tricky junctions. If you're blinded by a big wall or blinded by parked cars, take advantage of windows on either side of the street. They may help you to plan ahead and to be more informed at junctions like this. Now in this situation I'll be taking a right turn shortly, and I just want you to be aware of how open this junction is further up. So I'll play it on a little bit first. So I'm driving up along here, and you'll notice some green gates on the right there now. Now if I pause it just here, okay, you can see the green gates on the right. Now notice the way the green gates or the green fencing there is very open. Like I can see clearly into the junction. And while I do need to be more focused on this car coming towards me here, this red car, if I'm taking a right turn like this, it makes a lot of sense just to have a look into the junction before I turn, because that way I can spot any maybe parked cars, any hazards, any pedestrians, any cyclists, things like that. So if we play it on there. So yes, I am aware of the red Renault. I'm giving way to the red Renault, but I'm turning in. Now there was no danger there anyway, apart from a parked car down there, which I couldn't see anyway. But it's always good to look into the road before you turn, to give yourself as much information and to give yourself as much of a heads up on what might be there waiting for you. And here then, I'm just coming around the bend here now. I see there's a pedestrian crossing in front of me, and if we just hold it there for a second, okay, so I'm about to go over the pedestrian crossing. A couple of cars coming towards me, no big deal, but look on the left up there, the first car on the left, white car with his lights on. Now, there's going to be no problems here, there's going to be no danger here, but I would always alert drivers to parked cars on the left who have their lights on, okay? They have their lights on. Now that means that their engine is running, and the engine could be kind of idling. They may be thinking about moving off. They may be considering moving off. Maybe they're going to reverse, you know, and ask yourself, are the front wheels straight or are they at an angle? Is he going to reverse straight? Is he going to reverse crooked? I don't think there's any reversing lights on here, but you get the point. So if we play it on here, I'm watching the white car. If we kind of pause it again just here, okay, we can see that his wheels are straight, okay, so that's a good thing. His front wheels are straight, so even if he does reverse, he's not going to kind of, you know, swing out. The back isn't going to swing out, or the front isn't going to swing out. And because the wheels are straight, he's probably not, you know, he's probably not dry steering or whatever to move out. But the point is, it's not that anything happened in this situation. It's just be aware, be extra alert. If you see a car on the left with his lights on, that means he could be thinking of moving off, or he could be about to move off. So just be alert, be aware. Maybe give him a little bit of extra room if it's safe, if it's practical. But most importantly, just be aware. Now, in this situation here, I have it just paused. I'm at a red light. Now, the light is literally about to go green, okay? It's only a couple of seconds away from going green. So I want you to be aware of something just around the corner here. So if we play it on here now, there the light's gone green. So I'm moving off here now then. So just coming up to the junction, I'm okay on the right here. Okay, so I'm just going to pause it here, okay? Now, I know myself I'm going left. I'm taking that little fork to the left up there. I'm just by the parked cars, basically up the hill to the left I'm going. So immediately there, as I'm coming around here, I remember this when it happened, I noticed there's a person there, a woman with a high-vis yellow vest, okay? Again, an example of a pedestrian who is using her brain cells to near max capacity, because this was kind of evening time, so it kind of made sense for her to be wearing a high-vis vest, but it makes her more visible to me, so I'm aware of her now. I remember her catching my eye there just as I was going by. I knew I was going up this way. I knew she was about 30 meters from the edge. You know, there's a junction further up, so if we play it on anyway, I'm driving up here, so I'm just indicating up along here. I'm taking that little fork to the left here now. She can't be seen now, but she'll be visible soon. Just coming up to the yield sign. Now there she is now, okay? So we'll just hold it there. So now, I was correct to be aware of her. Nothing happened, you know, but it was good to be aware of her there, because when I saw her, she was 30 meters or give or take from where she is now. And it's just good to be aware of these things, because, you know, if she had have decided to go right across the road here, or if she had have decided to go straight along here, I would need to be aware of that just in case. But as we play it on, as it turns out, she's kind of staying on the footpath, and there's no issue with her crossing the road or anything like that. But again, it was good to be aware of her, just for me to plan ahead and to think ahead and to kind of be as prepared as possible. Now in this situation here, I'm just coming up to a roundabout. I'm literally on the roundabout, just about to exit off it. Okay, so here's me going around the roundabout, indicating left to leave the roundabout. Now if we hold it there, okay, so we have you can see there's a pedestrian crossing there. Now there's no issue with pedestrians here. There's no pedestrians near the pedestrian crossing. But just look a little bit further up. Let's just play it on a little bit further. Now we'll get over this crossing now, just after the crossing. So just here now. What do you see on the left there? Yeah, that's right. You see a minibus, okay? So I would always be extra cautious if you see a minibus parked on the left, okay? It's not a van, it's a minibus by the looks of it. It has windows at the back, windows at the side there. Now, minibuses by their nature, they're going to pick up and let customers off. So what I would be doing here is I'd be just kind of watching for any pedestrians that might create shadows on the wall, for example. Any footsteps that could be seen on the underside, just the underbelly of the van here, or the minibus, sorry. And any, you know, pedestrians maybe peeking out from the front here. Now, as it turns out, as I play it on, you'll see there was no pedestrians there. It looks like he was just parked, but it's always good to be aware there. If you see a minibus like that parked, just be aware there could be a very strong possibility that pedestrians could be either getting on or getting off. So be aware of that. And just a little bit further down then from that minibus, I want to give you a really important tip on left bends, okay? So if we play it, let it play down here a little bit, okay? So I'm getting that. Now you'll see there's a parked car there. I'll just hold it there for a sec, okay? There's a parked car there. He's kind of up on the curb, okay? So as I'm coming down, you can clearly see there that it's kind of like a slight left bend. But as we kind of talked about a few moments ago with the pedestrian in the yellow who was kind of walking up the hill, look at the gap here between the pillar and the parked car. I would always encourage pedestrians just to have a little glance in that gap, and maybe even at underside of the car here as well for any footsteps, you know, people crossing and anything like that. Have a look there, because that might give you a clue if there's something coming. Now, if we played along, there was no real danger there. I was able to overtake him and there was nobody coming. But if we just pause it there now, okay, just there, we're going to pause there for a moment. I want to show you something very important. So, if you look closely here, you'll see just here, there's some kind of a light or some kind of something bright there, okay? There's the front of a car looking to kind of maybe get out or creep out, or maybe someone is just in the driveway waiting for someone to come out of the house. Who knows? So as I was coming down here, I was able to look through the gap between the wall and the line of parked cars, and I specifically remember this light here kind of catching my eye. So if we play it on anyway a little bit, okay, so as I go down, I was going to give way there, I was giving way, but then the parked car turned the other way, so I checked my mirrors here now. I'm indicating I proceed down. Now I'm kind of cautious. You notice I'm kind of slow there, okay? I'm going to pause in a sec, just here now, okay? That's the car we were talking about there, okay? So I was kind of just cautiously peeling away there because I was kind of half expecting him to pull out. And basically what I'm trying to say to you is I was more informed there because I was planning ahead and I was looking down that gap between the walls and the parked cars a couple of seconds earlier, and I was able to spot that car and I was prepared for the potential that he might pull out. And maybe cause me to slow down or whatever. So if we play it on anyway, he stays where he is, there's no problem, everything is okay there. And if we just pause it here, then we'll notice now there's a white van here with the bright reflectors on the back. As I was saying a few moments ago, I'm just repeating myself here again, I would encourage you to look through the gap here between the van and the wall. You might notice, you might catch a glimpse of a pedestrian there, but also the underside of the van here, especially if you're kind of facing downhill like that, and you feel that you're blinded and there's a junction down there potentially could be pedestrians. And you know, sometimes, as I said a couple of times in this video, you might see footsteps just there, footsteps underneath, if you know what I mean, the shadows of footsteps, which means someone could be crossing the road either from left to right or right to left. So if we play it on anyway, we'll see that it was all pretty safe. But if we pause it there, like there was 2 pedestrians there. Now we caught a glimpse of them earlier on, but it just goes to show you that sometimes pedestrians can be blinded by the existence of parked cars. Again, there was no danger, but it's good to be aware of it. And here then we have a red parked car on the bend. And again, as I was saying before, just try, if you're coming down here, try not to have tunnel vision. Don't just be looking to the right side of the car. Don't just be focusing on the side that you're overtaking. Because it's slightly open, and you can see there between the, let's say, between the wall and the left side of the red car, there is a nice little gap there. So if I play it on there, you're going to notice this here. There we go, a yellow car coming up, okay? Now again, it's no big deal. You'll find that the yellow car keeps to his side of the road. I'm able to come down and we're able to pass each other, no problem. But again, on a left bend, it is kind of useful just to be planning ahead, not having tunnel vision. Look for the little gap there, because you know you can spot that yellow car then maybe a second or two earlier than you would if you were just having tunnel vision. And that could be all the difference then between making a nice, calm, rational reaction and, you know, sudden braking or something like that. So if we play it on there anyway, I pass the red car, the yellow car goes up, no problem. Everything works out fine there. So I'm sure you'll agree that concentration, planning ahead, and even thinking a little bit outside the box are key skills if you want to improve your level of driving. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope to be back very soon with another video. Remember, Saturday at 3 o'clock for the live stream if you want to ask me any questions about driving, learning to drive, or the test. I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.